The following program is for adult audiences only.
This is
Eric and Gord. What if we're right?
Live right now.
Are you ready?
Find and like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
Well, hey there. Happy Wednesday. It is March the 18th, 2020, and I'm Eric, talking at you from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where in like 10 years from now, we're going to look back on this time period and go, man, cannot believe the new Bachelorette was 38 years old.
I'm so disappointed you even know that detail.
It's the big news on everybody's mind right now. Hey, Gord.
That's...
How you
Hey,
doing,
Eric.
buddy? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm finally starting to feel better. I am coming out of the fog, and my anger is finally alleviating me, and yeah, I'm feeling better.
This is all good news. Real
So
quick,
with that
want
news,
to say,
show. No, I'm just
want to say hi to Mike and the boys at Pitlane Parley, #1 racing and IndyCar podcast on the internet. They're now doing multiple episodes per week, so check those guys out on Apple Podcasts. When you're not listening to podcasts, go watch The Truth About Marriage. It's the single best documentary that Roger Nygaard's made this year. What else do I got to hit real quick?
excited for it.
Functionally Dysfunctional Show. If you like me and Gord, you'll like them just a little bit less. But they are a fantastic show. I really enjoy listening to that show. I would say it's in my top 4. Functionally Dysfunctional Show. You can check that on Apple Podcasts. And leave those guys a little... It doesn't matter so much leave a review, but just click the star. Just click the 5 stars for them. And while you're there, do us too. Cool, thanks. I will do more of that kind of crap later. I want to say, world, welcome to the 2-year anniversary and the debut of Season 3 of What If We're Right. It was on this day, 2 years ago, that a man with a dream started... Whatever.
Whatever. I don't fucking know.
It was called Is It Just Me back then, and it was just me. And I just walked around my job site talking about work and how stupid it was.
and they supported it, too. It was the funniest thing.
They did. I think they knew they were going to fire me very, very soon. But 2 years we've been doing this, buddy. That's crazy to me. Honestly, I know, like, so much shit has gone on in those 2 years that it seems like a fucking lifetime. But honestly, it hasn't felt like 2 years. Time flies when you're...
It's a crazy
running
thing.
around trying to plug in your phone.
Yeah, right? They're dodging eggs from fucking balconies above.
I don't have a really awesome clip show for you guys. I'll put something together for Friday, but what are the chances if I call it 7 or 8? We're going to have a guest call in whenever the fuck he wants to. I don't care. Like, this is the thing that just, I don't want to, he's probably listening, so I don't want to bitch about him, but.
If you're listening, Adrian, stop being annoying. Call in 30 minutes. Jesus, man, relax.
I'm going to... Yeah, the Bachelorette's 38. That's just weird. Wrong.
Isn't that the Cougarette? No?
Yeah, it must be. No, I think it's cool. I realized a couple of years ago that, like, I'm just at that age now where everything is wrong and weird. Like, 38, fuck, that's young. But they're making a big deal out of it because she's like the old Bachelorette. It's like, what? I crossed that threshold this year where I looked at Playboy and I felt bad. I'm like, you put some clothes on, the young lady. It's sad when you look at a Playboy and you just feel like fatherly. You're like, where did her parents go wrong?
That's so weird. Never fucking felt or thought that ever. I'm just a dirty old man.
They should put and Dolly Parton for her 75th birthday wants to do Playboy for the second time.
She did Playboy before?
She has done Playboy. It was in the 80s or 90s, I believe.
Really?
But she wants to do it for her 75th birthday. And let me be the first to say, oh God, please don't!
1978.
78, okay. I knew it was a long time ago. But don't. No one needs to see that.
I mean, she wasn't naked the first time anyways.
And yeah, no, she's got some, she says she fits in the outfit she wore in the first time she did it.
Really? It's a little black bustier teddy sort of thing. Just a little one piece.
Just because your old, shrinky old lady body fits in your stretchy fucking 78 tracksuit, no one needs to see it.
That's so funny.
She's a lovely lady. I don't think 75-year-olds need to do Playboy. I don't, but neither do 18-year-olds apparently, because that's just wrong.
But I mean, she still fits the bill. She's still blonde with big tits, so she still fits the Playboy bill. So,
yeah, I've been thinking about this way more than I should. Like that whole thing. Imagine if the Playboy Mansion existed in the Me Too era. Like that place was that was a Me Too mansion. That's all that went on there was horrible shit. You think how would his brain would just explode if he was still alive?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I actually caught a clip of Hef not too long ago when he was on a talk show, and it was so funny because, of course, like the women all fucking hated him, but he made reference. He just said, look, with the girls and or made a reference to the women in the audience and said about calling them girls, and these feminist chicks get up and they're like all pissed about it. He goes, "Oh, I didn't realize that bothered you. Nobody's ever said anything to me before about that. It's how I refer to all women." Anyways,
Yeah.
Like he couldn't have given a flying fuck.
And why would he?
No, he wouldn't, because he's gonna be like, I'm just gonna go home to my 15 fucking girlfriends and watch them fuck each other because I can't get it up.
That mansion would just be like non-existent. Rose McGowan would just be outside, like throwing grenades at it,
while begging to be fucking posing for it.
and Hef would be just sitting there going, "I don't get it. Why is everybody mad at Harvey?"
Right. He used to be here all the time. Sure, some tears were shed, but everybody walked home.
It doesn't seem to be much going on that front either. Funny how everything's just done. There's just no problems in the world anymore.
No, there's none. I was telling Eric this before we went on air. The one big news I could find about Canada in the news right now, aside from coronavirus, was Justin Trudeau in front of his house where he's in self-isolation.
Genius.
Talking. Absolutely.
In case nobody heard me say it last night, smartest politician alive today. Yeah. He pulled such a brilliant move, just saying, "No, I got the virus. I can't do shit while it's going on. Peace." And fucked off. That is amazing.
I wonder if he actually I wonder if he got his wife infected specifically just so that he's like, "Man, if this thing hits the fan, I need you to get the virus. I can't get it, but I need you to get it. That way I can isolate with you. We can find out."
98% sure he did that. Absolutely. If she even has it at all.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so as Trudeau is doing his little press conference, talking about the coronavirus and stuff and what's going on, he finishes his speech and he goes, "All right, well, we're going to do a little question and answer period here. And but before we do, I'm supposed to be leading by example, about taking care of ourselves. I'll be right back." And he takes off, runs into the house, comes back out with a jacket. And he goes, "The sun is shining, but it's a little chilly out here." And this was news headlines. Trudeau puts on jacket during interview.
Yeah, that's
like, is nobody killing anybody more? I don't see.
No.
There's no gun violence. There's nobody's killing anybody.
5 or 6 months ago, that would have been a big thing. Like, Trudeau's not showing leadership. He's not strong. He can't even stand outside with a jacket. They would have tore him apart for that shit. People love to hate that dude.
It's true.
I did until the coronavirus. I think the way he's handled it is absolutely hilarious. And there's other politicians going, fuck that guy. Why didn't I think of that? And he's like, Trump's like, I should have done that. I've got all kinds of viruses. I've got many, many viruses. So many viruses.
All great.
They're all great. Some big, some small. I've got all the viruses. I had them before anybody.
Fucking. It's a great virus. It's a lovely virus. I love this virus.
The best virus.
Wrong.
Some big, some small. We've got all the viruses. Got them in Mexico. The China virus. That doesn't sound anything like Donald Trump. I don't know why that's my Trump voice, but it is.
It does. It doesn't work, but that's okay.
I'm not changing it. That's my impersonations don't sound at all like the person I'm impersonating, and that's why they're like, no one does them like me. They're very unique. Because they don't sound anything like the person I'm trying to sound like. I used to be able to do a really good Alf impersonation. That was the only one I had really down.
When I watched the movie, like, all I need is a little clip, but I can do an amazing what do you call it, Forrest Gump impression. Like, I can nail it perfectly, but I need the reference point to hear it first, then I can go on my random tangents about it. But yeah.
Tom Hanks is exiled in Australia.
No.
Forrest Gump is running on America.
They were officially released. I just saw that somewhere. Hang on. Where did I see it? Come on, Tom Hanks. Where are you, motherfucker?
Don't worry about it. It's not important. We can't. I don't care. I was just making a joke.
That's very,
about
very important.
Donald Trump being stupid.
It's our boy.
Moving on. Yeah. What else could you talk about? Really, this fucking goddamn thing is shutting down the world. Yeah, and here's the thing. Like, Costco is limiting. You're only allowed 100 people in the store at a time.
Yep.
How do you know 98 of them don't have it? What the fuck does that do? It solves nothing. It's an idiotic way to try to mitigate circumstances.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about that one, because that's the way they think that will help curb it.
Yeah, but fuck, do the math. It makes no sense. It doesn't matter if you allow 50 people in or 100 people in, or you don't know unless you're scanning everybody at the door.
No, but I think the basic sort of outlook is, I think it's just a matter of being able to say, okay, if we only have like 100 people in, that means people won't be rubbing shoulder to shoulder running through the place, which means if somebody sneezes, there shouldn't be somebody standing right beside them at any given point.
Yes, I know what the thinking is, but it's stupid. You can't. It's an all or nothing situation. You can't just. I don't understand why people. I don't understand why this virus seems to be making everybody retarded.
Yes. Well, it's because that's exactly what the media everything about how this whole thing is being reacted. That's what they're telling. They're just telling people left, right, and center. Be stupid. That's how we're going to get through this. You be stupid. We'll get through this.
I'm going to find for tomorrow night's episode. I'm going to find the show where I walked home and we did the show over the phone and go over all the things we said back then about what was going to happen about now. I guarantee it's going to be a fun thing. I'd like to do a thing over like what we've over the last 2 years, stuff we've said that this year has just come so very true. I'm a little tired of it, of not being listened to. But hey, I complain about not being listened to, and I guess we are being listened to in Pakistan, at least.
Of all places, Pakistan.
Thank you, Pakistan.
Wow.
I didn't even notice you. I didn't notice Pakistan on our whatever statistics or whatever.
But statistics line, but yet here we are, number 4.
Number 4 of the iTunes top 200 personal journals. That is very cool. Thank you very much, Pakistan. That is awesome. I don't know how to say anything, so I'm not going to even like do a funny like say something in your language because I can't. But I'm just going to say, well, obviously you don't need me to because you listen to my show and it's not like they fucking translate it. So thank you guys. It's awesome that we hit number 4. I don't know.
Salam.
Yeah, salam.
Maybe. There it is. That's hello. Assalam.
Yeah, I'm not just going to say hello. So I'd like to say hello. Like the little kid on fucking Arrested Development.
That's all I got.
They thought his name was Anyang. Anyang is actually just the word for hello. And they just kept calling him that. And every time they'd call him, he'd just repeat his name and walk away. But they were really just saying hello to him.
That's kind of funny.
Anyang! Anyang! It's so fucking funny. That's the best show ever made. And I could still watch it all 2 seasons. I can watch them just like back to back anytime. The whole series. I've seen it about 100 times. And I guess that's probably what people are going to be doing right now is just kicking back, watching Netflix. School's closed. Now, I'm not going to buy into the spread of misinformation because people have coming up to me and like saying, they're doing this on the buses because this is what they do in Europe. No, we're not doing anything they do in Europe. You can calm down. That's not happening here.
No.
And schools, I heard yesterday, schools are closed until the end of April. And then I looked, no, they never said anything about when they're closed till. They just said they're closed. It's people are just like making shit up now. And
yeah,
it's got to stop.
It's absolutely insane. I know that the one thing that's come out right now is one of the latest things is you're not supposed to use ibuprofen to help with the treatment of it. Ibuprofen will actually inflame it.
Sure.
So
Possibly.
Don't use Advil. Use Advil.
Yeah, but everybody knows that.
No. Very few people know the difference anymore between do I take a Tylenol or an Advil. They just think it's just a different name brand. They don't understand it's 2 completely different products. People are dumb. They don't know how to read.
I can't take Tylenol, so there you go.
And also, coronavirus, here's a stupid random fact. It attacks people with blood type A faster.
Well, I am not one of them.
Type. No, but my mother is.
I'm O negative.
I'm O positive.
We did like half an episode about this not too long ago.
We did. That's right.
I just found out, though, disappointingly, because I don't give a fuck about coronavirus, whatever. I'm not licking toilet seats to prove it, because that's just fucking idiotic, but still don't care. Probably had it, and I don't know, I'm probably immune to it anyway. But the one thing I just found out that I didn't know in the wake of all this, of course, all medical information is coming out. I actually did have chickenpox when I was young. My whole life I thought I didn't, but apparently I did.
Oh, there you go. That's good news.
No, not really, because that means I can get shingles. And shingles sounds terrible.
Yeah, but it's such a low percentage because, like, almost everybody's had chickenpox, and shingles aren't exactly the most common thing in the world.
Yeah, but they're terrible. And I always thought I was never going to get shingles because I never had chickenpox. But, no, I did. I don't know a lot about me.
I know that myself and my sister had chickenpox and the red measles at the exact same time.
Gross.
I came home with one size.
Yeah, I know.
But I came home from school with I think I came home from school with the measles, and my sister came home from school with chickenpox, and my mother literally just rubbed us together and said, "Here, get immune together." So we both almost died, and then we suffered through it.
Not looking forward to getting shingles. Don't care about coronavirus. That just sucks. I've always thought I never had the chickenpox. I don't know. I don't know things about me. And no one's around to tell me, so I'm learning. But this thing, what can I say? Yeah, all right. It's spreading more than I said it would. I'll give you that much. I still think people are overreacting. I think the overreaction is what's got us to where we are. And I think if we had all just kind of done things the way Gordon and I said 2 months ago, we wouldn't be in this position that we're in now.
But here's the other thing. If they did nothing, if they didn't halt flights, if they didn't start this 24-hour or 14-day quarantine, if they didn't start quarantining people coming off of planes, if they left it alone, this would guaranteed would be 1,000 times worse than what it is.
I don't believe so. I don't think it would be.
Why is that?
Because the people who are going to get it and die are going to get it and die, and the people who aren't. I'm not going to get it and die. You're not going to get it and die.
No.
It'll come and go. Some of us, as they say, have already had it. It's not... In countries like Italy, yeah, probably it could have been a little better.
Yeah, the first thing they should have done in Italy is stop greeting everybody by kissing them on the face 4 times.
Yeah, absolutely.
That should have been the first thing they do, but they still haven't even released a say that. They said, no, go into quarantine, but, you know.
But at this point, I don't think... we're doing any good. I don't think shutting down schools is doing any good. I know fucking Costco was shutting down, A&W, shit like that. What the hell? All these companies closing down, it's stupid and unnecessary. And if you think this is anything other than economic, you're an idiot. I said it was economic 2 months ago, and now I know for sure it is. All this is doing is crashing the stock market.
Yeah.
And that's all that's going to come of it, because... It's going to break, I give it a week, 2 weeks tops before the numbers start dwindling drastically. It's just going to turn around and start going down like it is in China.
Yeah, Wuhan for 2 days in a row has only had 1 new case.
Yeah.
That's a huge deal for them, considering you got, like, Italy's had, like, 452 people die in a day.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind, those numbers, when we get them on the news, you don't hear that a great proportion of those people are Chinese migrants working in Italy. They're Chinese people in Italy dying. So it's not like it's some crazy, all these people in Italy. No, it's Chinese people. They went to China and then they went back to Italy and they've got the disease. That's not shocking. That's really not that surprising. And keep in mind, like, you think... like all the people that in BC that have it are all fucking Chinese. Like, Yes, it's in Canada, and they're Canadian citizens, and it sucks. But they're Chinese people from China. Like, it's...
You're treading a thin line right now that's going between calling this a straight up, this is only going to affect Asian people.
No, I'm not saying it's only going to affect Asian people, but I'm just saying people have made it like this. It's not spreading across the country by any means. It's still very isolated in Toronto and Vancouver. There's a couple stray cases in BC. Again, they're all just Chinese people.
My hometown, or not my hometown, Milton specifically doesn't have it, but Halton Hills, which is a bunch of little towns put together, just got it. The Georgetown just got its very first case.
And I'm sorry, a little less PC of us and a little more fucking close the Chinese border right now would have done us a hell of a lot of good 2 months ago. But we had to be all PC and go, oh, you can't call it the China virus. You can't associate it like that. Well, if we did, it wouldn't have fucking spread. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know people don't want to hear it, but really, this is where political correctness bites us in the ass. Because we couldn't say, oh, it's only Chinese, and we couldn't jump to conclusions, and we can't speculate on anything. No, you call a spade, for fuck's sakes. Solve the problem.
I don't understand at all why it's considered racist to call it the Chinese virus when it started in China. If this started in Canada, I would be fine to call it the Canadian virus. I'd be fine with that. I would take ownership of that. Why not?
Yeah, but then it brings a stigma to Canada, right? Oh, don't go to Canada. Like, people are stupid. They associate shit like, oh, don't go to Canada. You get the Canada virus.
I'm fine with that. Don't come here then.
It would destroy our economy. Which, like, the tourism, the cruise ship thing, like, Gastown's going to go out of business.
Yeah.
They rely very heavily on the money that comes in from those cruise ships. But I don't know, why do people, everything bad happens on cruise ships. Every time someone has the sniffles, it fucks up a cruise ship. I don't know why anybody does that. Why do you go on cruises?
See, that's one of my big things, and that's one of the things that I've been saying for a long time, which is quite simply, I get the allure of cruise ships in the sense that you can see like 10 countries within a week, and it's kind of neat to get like, you know, a quick view of everything. But you're sitting on a cruise ship where if one person gets fucking sick, that shit will go through there like gangbusters. And even if it's nothing serious, even if it's just a fucking common cold, you just paid thousands of dollars and now you're sick as fuck sitting on a fucking boat. Congratulations.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, hey, everybody hates old people and everybody hates obnoxious tourists and everybody hates gamblers. Hey, let's go on a tiny thing full of those for 10 days. Sounds like a blasty blast. What are you thinking? What a horrible idea.
Why is this a good idea? I don't get it.
Nobody likes any of the things that go on them, but yet billions of dollars are spent every summer enjoying them. It's fucking... Go hoard toilet paper, you retards.
Because you're a bunch of fucking retarded idiots.
I don't understand people. I really don't. I don't understand why people can't... why isn't there... Everyone I talk to goes, oh yeah, you and Gord are right. Yeah, then just fucking start doing shit that we say. I'm not... I don't need to be placated. I don't need to be told that some of the things I said were on point. Yeah, I know. I don't just talk out of my ass to be funny. But if you think that Gord and I are correct, then do what we encourage you to do. And then shit won't happen. And you'll be like, holy shit, that didn't happen. I don't get it. I don't understand why what the fear is. I guess it's the fear of being different or whatever. The reluctance to... Well, I get it. I do, because I'm fucking a 41-year-old. I'm broke. I have no future. Except on, entertainment. And most people can't do that. But, Like, my way of looking at things isn't popular, and that's why I am in the position I am in. And people who just follow the status quo are much better off than me.
Yeah, but they're boring fucking morons.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna
big bag of fuck them.
I can't just pretend I'm someone I'm not for a few bucks. I would rather go down, be piss poor for my entire life, and have you guys all realize that I was right. And if you'd all just paid a little more attention, I wouldn't be poor, and none of us would be poor. If we all did what I say, we'd be okay. But one guy doing it looks like a jackass. And that's me. Well, I am that ass. But
fine with that.
If you don't like it, that means you hate Pakistan.
It's amazing. That's so good.
That's how that goes.
There's a bunch of shit here to cover. Yeah, it's all Corona. We're just going to get to this really fast because I don't want to talk about coronavirus all night because it's just pointless.
The whole world is fucking talking about it.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard, Eric, that Trump has invoked the Defense Production Act. It was first enacted in 1950 as a response to the Korean War, and it has been since re-invoked more than 50 times since. So that's literally like almost once a year. But basically, it's going to help streamline production of medical supplies to help the country battle the virus and whatnot throughout. So, certain businesses that are not, there will be certain companies that will not be allowed to shut down. Say, no, fuck you. You got to keep fucking going, and you have to fulfill orders and make sure everybody can get stuff.
That's the one decent thing I hear.
So there's Trump's using that, and Trump is now calling himself a wartime president.
How so?
Because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, the coronavirus isn't a war. It's a virus.
Yeah, no, he is
You're not at war with this virus. And if you're declaring war on something, do it on something better than fucking coronavirus. Go declare war on cancer or something, you idiot.
Unfortunately, that's what he's done. He has described himself as being a wartime president. I want to get the actual...
Well, he describes himself as being rich and smart, too, and he's neither of those fucking things either. So.
Asked if he saw the nation as being on a wartime footing, he said that he did, and described himself as, in a sense, a wartime president.
Yeah, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Now, one thing I find humorous is now... I'm really rich. So rich that he has put together with Congress a $1 trillion stimulus package to reinvigorate the U.S. economy, including...
Did he borrow it from his dad?
Probably. Wouldn't surprise me. Basically, it's just to help provide financial relief to businesses and workers who have been hit hardest by the crisis. In contrast, in Canada, we get $25 billion.
Well, we've got a tenth of the population as well. So.
Yeah. But I'm still trying to figure out, considering how Trudeau just throws money around to everything for everybody for any reason.
We're getting a shit
$25 billion seems very little in comparison to.
I think it's a pretty decent number. Now, how he plans on
India $250 billion 3 times.
Yeah.
That was just for something to do.
Yeah, this is the fucking sniffles, so I don't see why we all need to win the lottery from it anyway. Keep in mind, this is money that we're going to have to pay. So I would like to, it's like a payday loan. He's not actually giving us anything. We got to pay it all back.
Well, yeah, but think of it this way. Like, I'll use, like, when you get people, like, a lot of people, like, you get people that are being straight out forced out of this one, which means companies have to pay these people for their lost time at full wage, which they normally wouldn't.
Not all companies have to do that. There's not companies bound to do that.
That's actually one of the rules they put in place for this. If you get the virus and you have to go into, here's what law is basically is. If you are forced into, well,
it's not a law. It has to be cleared by the House of Commons and then the Senate, and then the Queen has to sign off on it before it becomes a law. So I haven't heard that they've made any new laws yet.
Well, I'd say it's one of the rules for the virus that every company is being told that they have to follow.
I don't think you can do that.
I think you can do anything when it comes into mass fear like this.
No, because then you're a dictator.
Look at what
you can't.
Look at what every country. Look at what every country is doing.
I don't care what every country is doing. I'm talking about Canada. You said Canada. I don't care what about other countries are doing.
Canada's shutting down businesses. Canada's shutting down Canada.
Canada's not shutting down businesses. People are shutting down businesses. Canada is not enacting any law that says you have to shut down your business. It's there's no law that you have to pay your employees, especially on an act of God. People aren't even being insured by this. It's being called an act of God. So there's no insurance money coming to anyone.
Which this is the type of thing that can make, because so much of the population that is being affected by this,
the population of Canada, very tiny percentage.
I can give you a list of the 250 friends I have on Facebook, where 100, I did a count of 180 of them are sitting as part of the 2 weeks off thing.
That's their company, though.
That's a massive number.
That's their company doing that, though. There's not the government doing that. There's no martial law declared.
Who recommended that the companies do this? The government recommended, saying all companies should enact this. Did they say they were forced to? No, but they said
no. Yeah, you said it was a law. Should. It's not a law. That's the kind of misinformation that I'm trying to stop. There is no law. I'm trying to find anything that says anything like that, and there is absolutely nothing. But it's people's fear that have governed us to the point where we're just being retarded and shutting down companies unnecessarily. None of it needs to happen. And you can sit there and Google all you want all night. You're not going to find a law.
I didn't, again.
Yes, you did. We can play the tape.
I concede the law. You can shut your pie hole about the law. I concede the law. It was a high recommendation given by the government, which is true.
I'm not even finding that. I'm not finding anything that says the government recommended that, and I'm looking on the government's website.
Go fucking find any interview that Trudeau has given saying that I recommend every company to take the biggest precautions they can, i.e. give them the 14-day fucking self-influence if there's any...
There is nothing on Canada's website. I'm on the Government of Canada's website, and there's absolutely nothing saying that. So if Trudeau said something, then Trudeau's like Trump.
He's the leader of the nation.
Oh, that's fine. He has no control over the government. The House of Commons has to vote on these things. You can't just... He has the same thing as Trump. Trump could say whatever the fuck he wants. If Congress doesn't do it, it doesn't happen. Trudeau can say whatever he wants.
Arguing for the shit of fucking arguing, for Christ's sakes, Eric.
I'm on their website.
Again, I concede law. You're right. I concede.
It's not. The government of Canada is not recommending that. I'm looking at all the recommendations by the official Government of Canada website.
And nowhere on that does it say anywhere at all about people taking a 14-day self-isolation. Nowhere. You can't possibly lie to me like that.
It's not them recommending it.
Who's recommending it?
That's the thing. Fucking nobody. It's people's own mentality. It's people's own stupidity. It's just people.
There's no mention whatsoever. That's what you're telling me.
There is a mention of it. It's not an official. There's no mention that you have to do this.
What does it? What does it say? It is recommended.
All travelers, there's nothing about Canadians taking time off work. All it says is all travelers entering Canada are being asked to self-isolate for up to 14 days. There's nothing about companies shutting down. That is just stupid shit that we've made up and we're being idiotic about. There's no government basis for this.
Oh, I wish my internet wasn't fucking flopping right now.
It's not your internet.
It is my internet. I can't open up a new window.
Nothing about employees staying home. This is just something companies are doing because they're scared of getting sued. It's so ridiculous. There's just the amount of crazy. See, even you're a victim of it. I'm immune because I'm not paying attention to the fucking thing, but the information that is false is just absolutely absurd. And the things people are saying to me every day are just like, where do you who... Ah... The only recommendation for self-isolating are travelers entering Canada. That is it. There is no law for this. There is no logical reason to do this.
Drop the law line.
There is no logical reason to do it. It's people made shit up. The government didn't recommend anything. They're not officially recommending anything except against travelers. It's just shit that people made up. And other people went, yeah, okay, it's a snow day. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand how people keep falling for it.
Well, the easiest way to say how everybody keeps falling for it is very simply because every business is a part of it.
Yeah, but they don't need to be. The businesses are the people being stupid.
Yeah.
And I guarantee people aren't getting paid to stay home. There might be some nice companies doing that. I'll give you that. There could be a few friendly companies doing that. Anyone else outside of 3 sick days or 5 sick days that's in your regular contract, I guarantee you're not getting anything for this shit.
I feel it's some people's business, like home business owners, cleaning people, cleaning ladies, just sort of cleaning ladies. Really, they're either going to do one of two things: either the business is going to boom or business will tank. In the sense because, if everybody's home, they don't need somebody in there cleaning the house. And what person wants to clean a house if they might be sick?
Oh no, everybody's losing business for sure. Small businesses are going under. Definitely.
So what do you think is going to be the outcome? So the government bails out all these small businesses.
No, not happening.
Gives people checks.
Government will. Government. You said, like you said, $25 billion. How far is that going to go?
Yeah.
Small businesses, I guarantee, are fucked.
Because I know in the U.S., what I was just reading off of their release statement for Trump's latest thing is average household income or average household whatever will get $2,000 a check for $2,000 each month to cover expenses lost if you're off.
Yeah, well, that's America too. They do things very, very differently.
Yeah,
they're approaching this differently, and they're being affected by it far worse than we are.
Yeah, but we're acting like we're affected.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm bitching about. That's why I'm saying it's fucking retarded. We're acting like it, and there's no need for us to.
No.
That's my problem.
Our numbers are insanely still low.
There is, again, there's travel notices. That's all there is. Companies are being asked to update their policies. Review and update your policies.
Yeah, but what is that review and update your policies? Update to what? What's the standard you want to update to?
Make sure you're giving them make sure your employees are getting their fucking what sick days they have. And that's that. They're saying you could possibly give them their vacation time as sick days if that'll help.
Because I know with our company, what they've done in response to this.
It is actually illegal for an employer to require anyone to work from home, regardless of whether they've recently traveled to China or not. Human rights and occupational health and safety protections extend to ensuring that employees are not harassed, bullied, or mistreated in the course of their employment because of their race, ancestry, or place of religion. The government is saying legally they cannot force you to stay home.
No, but they can ask.
They can ask.
Which is what they're doing, which is what companies are doing.
And I don't know what the minimum is. I know if they call you in and then tell you to go home, they have to pay you for 2 hours.
Yeah, it used to be 4.
Yeah, they cut it down to 2 years ago. Now, as far as if they say we're just not opening today and it's your regularly scheduled day, as far as I know, they still don't have to financially compensate you. The company's just not open today.
I have always wondered about how that would actually work.
Well, I'm telling you right now how it's going to work. You're all not getting paid for shit. And that's the thing you got to really understand. This $25 billion that's going to go to a whole bunch of services and probably vaccines and shit. Parents with lots of kids will probably get a big fat check. Small business owners aren't getting any.
It's going to be a minimal.
That'll be a few $100.
Yeah, so it'll be a pointless check. It won't actually help.
$25 billion. We got 36 billion people in Canada.
We don't have 36 billion.
Million, I meant to say. I'm just doing...
Yeah.
No, yeah, we do. What is it? No, 36, that's the States.
We have 36.
We're
36 million.
No, 36 million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because China's got 7... No, the world population is 7 billion.
World population is 7 billion. I'm drinking and talking at the same time. Okay.
Is the world population in trillions? When did that happen?
Yes, it is.
We need this asteroid now.
I'm counting the coronavirus as people now. Because we're at war with it. Okay, and obviously this all goes. It gets broken down provincially too. So I can't say a straight federal thing, but federally, no, they legally can't force you to stay home. They can say, "Oh, the company's just not open today. We changed your schedule. Sorry." And you're fucked. Small business owners always get fucked. So, they know. They know.
My sharpening business is still booming. Just saying.
And as well it should. And everybody, absolutely, during this time when you're at home cooking for your families, you guys are all together all the time. You're going to get on each other's nerves. You don't want any dull knives in the house.
You want them to be razor sharp.
You want them to be in spectacular condition, and that's why you want to take them to Gord in Milton, Ontario.
That is awesome plug. Thank you. I enjoyed that very much.
I'm just trying to see Ontario.
So one of the shitty things about this whole thing is that the Supreme Court has postponed the hearing on constitutionality of the federal carbon tax. That sucks.
Sorry, that was in the States or here?
No, that's in Canada. The Supreme Court of Canada is postponed until at least June. That's so disappointing that happened. Yeah,
well, guess what? It's the fault of it. Doesn't have to happen.
No. And especially this, because it's not like these people have to be. These people could do everything from a fucking laptop.
Yeah, that's exactly right. If you can work remotely, you should. And I love the governments are shutting down, right? Like the municipal government here is shut down. Yes, and look, nothing happened. This is the point I'm trying to make in fucking 2018 about municipal governments. Nobody cares that you're not working. Nothing changes. We can absolutely... This is one thing coronavirus is going to... I guarantee university tuitions drop tremendously. Because everyone's taking classes from home right now. Next year, they're going to go, well, fuck, we saved $20,000. Let's do it from home this year. And universities are going to get fucked with their tuition payments. And a lot of businesses, too. They're going to go, well, why don't we just work remotely? It's so much fucking cheaper. And during coronavirus, we did awesome. And municipal governments, the writing's on the wall for you guys, because everyone's going to go, what did they really fucking do? City Hall was closed for 2 months and nothing changed.
No, you couldn't be more right.
This is a fantastic time for you to play efficiency expert and look at the businesses and go and find out what's working and what isn't. And when this bullshit is over with, this stuff will still work. You don't have to go back to the way things work. Because that's when we end up in a position where the fucking stock market is paper thin and can crash like this all the fucking time.
Yep.
Start doing things. Start realizing it's only been 12 years since the economy was as fucked. If your economy is fucked every 12 years, what you're doing isn't working. It's time to change it. We could have changed it in 2008 and we wouldn't be in the position we're in now. But we didn't. We pushed out.
You know, Eric, we talked about the $25 billion that they're going to, the aid package that Canada's giving. What's funny is a senior government official, no direct saying about who the person was, but just saying a senior government official said, it's going to be significant and comprehensive. Yeah, it's not that significant. It's $25 billion.
Yeah, no.
People need rent money and groceries. Businesses need to bridge to better times.
Yeah, that's what Trudeau said that he was going to help out with. Now, $25 billion, he's going to have to dish out. A lot of that's going to go to vaccines and shit. That's just the money they're earmarking for the whole goddamn thing. So we're all going to get like an extra GST check or something. He's not paying our rent.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you won't be able to buy enough. Like, your groceries will literally be like $75, maybe $150 if we're fucking lucky.
And again, you don't want them to pay more than that, because the more they pay, the more we pay. It's our money that they're giving us. The government doesn't have their own money.
No, that's right.
So if you go, well, they should have given us more. Well, then fucking pay more taxes. Pay the carbon tax.
Yeah.
The carbon tax everybody hates. Guess what? That would go a long way for this. People keep bringing it to attention like that things are better in these northern European countries, where like Sweden and shit, where they actually have free healthcare, they've got free university and shit. Yeah, they do. Things are better. Sure, they pay between 50 and 60% of their income to tax.
Yeah, 50 to 60%. That's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. But things are better. Yeah, they are. Yeah. But we are not willing to pay. Every time the government says the T word, we go, no, not more taxes. And then we bitch about not having the services. Well, where do you think the services fucking come from?
Yep. This is why
our government is very wasteful. I'm not saying the government's not wasting the money they get now. Yeah.
But this is why when this is why the U.S. will not put Bernie Sanders into power. They don't want their taxes to be anywhere close to what Canada's is.
Yeah, but the U.S. is the way they're doing that. Look at how they run their deficit. Their deficit it's in the trillions. Like, they don't care.
No,
they don't understand, and they don't get it, and it doesn't matter anyway because the amount of money they owe is not realistic. It doesn't exist. It's never getting paid.
It can't get paid back.
So
it's not possible.
Why not just let the deficit go? Someone in the government figured that out years ago and just went, let's just let it fucking go. We're not paying it anyway.
Yeah. We as Canadians still think that we're going to pay back ours, but you know, that ain't happening anytime soon.
Absolutely fucking, I'm just amazed at this stupidity. You can't call it the China virus. You're the same motherfuckers who hated China last year. They've still got our fucking hostages.
Mm-hmm.
Being held for no reason. What happened to hating China? This could all have just been so that people stopped hating on China. Before Christmas, it was all Huawei lady and China's evil. Now it's, you can't call it China virus. You'll offend the Chinese. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Where do we begin? I mean, I just don't get it. Okay, calling it the Kung Flu. Okay, that's a little. I mean, that is
impressive.
It's funny. That's impressively funny, and I am really angry and sad that I didn't come up with that first. That really bothers me. That's very witty and it's perfectly obvious, but no. It just, fuck, I don't know. I just don't even care anymore. I really don't.
Yeah,
I don't want this thing to take us over.
I'm just absolutely baffled by people's short-sightedness and stupidity. It is amazing. No one is looking forward to even like fucking June and seeing what the damage that you're doing right now.
Let me ask you this. Speaking of Bernie Sanders, I don't even know how to pose this question. What do you think Bernie Sanders is doing much for this whole virus thing in the sense of this global crisis? Do you think he's dealing with a lot?
I don't think any politician is doing anything worthwhile.
Interesting you say that because CNN's Manu Raju, this has been all over everywhere, was asking about the campaign to Bernie Sanders, and Sanders freaks out on him, eventually saying, "I'm dealing with a fucking global crisis." No, you're not. You're running for fucking. You're running for fucking president. You're not dealing with anything. You fucking moron.
You're not even running for president yet. You're still running for the nomination.
Right. You're running for nomination. That's right.
You're 3 steps away from dealing with anything, Bernie. That's why people aren't going to vote for Bernie. The man's fucking senile. He has no idea what's going on.
The actual quote is "I'm dealing with a fucking crisis. We're dealing with."
No. See, it's statements like that are just, we're dealing with a global crisis. No, we're not. We're dealing with an individual little fucking thing. Quit making it something it isn't. We are not dealing with any sort of global crisis. We're not doing what the world is doing. God damn it. I'm not washing my hands until this thing's over. That's it. Yep, not washing my hands at all. I'm telling everybody. And I'm starting a new job too. I'm going to show up and shake everybody's fucking hand.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to do that at work. If we want to physically greet somebody, we have to kick boots.
That's retarded. No, I'm shaking everybody's hand, and if they don't want to, I'm just going to fucking lick their face.
Do you know how dumb I feel when they told me that? I'm just like, what?
And I'm not eating in the bathroom. I'm not washing my hands. Fuck it. I know where my dick's been. I'm with it most of the time.
Yeah. It isn't very often that he's out on his own, you know.
And you know what? He's a clean dick. My dick still has that new dick smell. It's that clean. So fuck. No hand washing until the coronavirus is done.
Then I'll wash my hands to celebrate.
A little bit.
I did find one piece of news that doesn't have to do with the virus.
Oh, cool.
And it is Canadian news, to boot. Alberta is selling native grassland despite promises of no crown land that would be sold. That's how desperate they are for money right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, Alberta, you gotta deal with it. You're getting fucked huge. Your government's getting fucked by Trudeau's government.
Yep.
And you gotta come up with money somewhere and breaking open the ALR. That's the only way to do it. Like, that's valuable land. In every province, there's huge swaths of valuable land that are locked up in the ALR, which I generally think is a good thing. I don't think we should just slash and sell all our land. I think it's good that we keep it that way. But
I agree.
But when in it's crunch time. What are you going to do? Where are you going to come up with money? Everybody's broke, and every company is going broke, and oil is not going to be worth shit when we come out of this Corona thing. So, where are you going to come up with money? It sucks, but that's a very valuable thing, and you got to sell it off.
And their starting bid for the 65-hectare plot is $440,000 Canadian.
For 600 hectare?
No, 65 hectare.
65? And that's only 400,000?
Yeah, that's really cheap.
Jesus. I'm moving to Alberta. No, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I need to take a very brief bathroom break.
Okay, you do what you got to do. I'll sell some shit. Hey,
there you go. Sell some stuff.
While Gord's in there getting the coronavirus, you guys should be checking out ericandgord.world. Really good website. I'm happy with it. It's adequate. But what's over there? Number one, there is a option to just push a button, leave us a voice message. Be part of the show. If you think I'm an asshole and you disagree with the things I'm saying, leave a voice message and let me know. Just please mention whether you do or do not want it played on the air, because if you don't tell me, I absolutely will. The other thing you'll find on ericandgord.world is fantastic t-shirts. These are great t-shirts. There's two styles. There's the Fuck Eric and Gord logo, and there is also the show art, the Gord's head crashing into the Eric Earth meteor thing. Both those styles, they come in 5 different sizes for men, 5 different sizes for ladies, and they are selling for $17 in a color of your choice. Just shoot me an email, Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina at gmail.com. If there's a color that's not listed there or size that maybe isn't mentioned, shoot me the email anyway, because I guarantee we can have it made for you. It's just not listed on the site. Again, Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina at gmail.com. Get yourself a t-shirt.
I put my headphones on just as you said, Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina.
And coming up this year, I'm going to say, let's say June. That's going to be my metric for a while. We're going to have all kinds of swag for you guys. Really cool stuff coming out. I'm working on some Eric and Gord teddy bears for the ladies. Or the sensitive fellas. It's fine. Or anybody in between. Anybody can have a fucking teddy bear. These things are cute as shit, but they're expensive. So, it's going to be a while. But we got Frisbees coming. We've got beer koozies. We've got keychains, travel mugs, something else. What am I forgetting? I don't know. A lot of cool Eric and Gord swag. And if you guys buy some, I'll quit telling you to email me all the time. But we need some money, kids. And guess what? Like, you think podcasts need money now?
With this virus going on, this is not the time to be starting a podcast, people.
This is not... Yeah.
Did you see that post?
The guy, I'm going to need about 700,000 of you to quit?
Yeah, that was genius.
Yeah, there's not 700,000 active ones. Most of those are dead. That being said, don't go fishing for sponsorships right now. Because everybody's closed.
I haven't. Are we done plugging?
I just said go buy some t-shirts. I didn't even really get to my plug-in yet. So, yeah, we're done for now.
Oh. Okay. There's an update to the... Trudeau has updated the aid package.
And
it is now 80... Yes?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead with your aid package. And then what aid package to who? People with AIDS?
No.
The coronavirus? There's an aid package?
Coronavirus.
No, okay.
There's an aid package, yeah. It's now been up to $82 billion. So
that's a far cry. That's a far cry from 25.
That's right. So $27 billion in direct supports, and then $55 billion to help businesses.
See, I love that. I love the Canadian government always uses NASA math when they're coming up with these things. Like, how much can you give us? $25 million. It's like, that's not going to do it. How about 80? Like, they're just fucking pulling numbers out. No basis for these numbers.
Still, so I'm going to guess that by, next week we'll probably be up to about $150 billion?
He stands on the floor because he's a minority government, and they just play that hot and cold game. You're getting hotter. Oh, you're cold. You're ice cold. 25 billion? Freezing cold. 40 billion. No, you're off in Iceland. 80 billion. You're getting warmer.
I actually have here's the emergency aid plan. I actually have the breakdown of it for the most part. A temporary boost to Canada Child Benefits payments, delivering $2
who just
billion.
Said who just said a minute ago parents with kids are going to get the first cut? Pretty sure someone just said that about 5 minutes ago.
I'm pretty sure that was you. Yeah. Delivering about $2 billion in extra support. A new emergency care benefit of up to $900 biweekly, up to 15 weeks, to provide income support for workers, including the self-employed who have to stay home and don't qualify for sick leave, paid sick leave, or employment insurance. The measure could disperse up to $10 billion.
And it's going to be a fuck of a thing to apply for, I guarantee it. And you're gonna have to prove that you stayed home. You're gonna get that money in about 2025.
Yeah, and it'll be taxed. So your $900.
And it will be taxed. It will be taxed. Gord is absolutely right about that.
So that $900 biweekly will end up being about what, $575?
Which is awesome because they take taxes off a check that is comprised of tax money. They're taxing the tax money.
Yeah, that's right.
And then giving it back to you. Like, oh, okay, here's the money you gave us, but we're going to
tax this. Yeah.
Fucking government.
A new emergency support benefit would provide up to $5 billion in support to workers who are not eligible for EI and who are facing unemployment. A 6-month interest-free reprieve on student loan payments.
That's no problem because all your employer has to do there is lay you off, and then you don't get EI. So you're not unemployed, you're laid off.
Yeah, that's right. They're doubling the homeless care program.
Which is 0, so you're going to double it. Oh, wait a minute. 0 times 0 is 0. Good job, guys.
Well done. They're extending the tax filing deadline to June 1st.
Nobody files in April anyway.
I know.
I've already filed all mine. Ching. Oh, but if they're extending the deadline, you know what that means? That means don't be looking for your tax return. Anyone who filed on time, you're not getting your fucking tax return. They're going to go, oh, no, it all went to coronavirus. We had to hold back your checks.
That's right.
So anyone who already spent their tax return thinking your check's coming in 3-4 weeks? No way. You're not going to see it until after June now.
It'll probably be like August by the time you see it, if you do it all. They're allowing taxpayers to defer until August 31st tax payments that are due after today and before September.
Again, there goes your income tax.
Yeah. And $305 million for new Indigenous Community Support Fund to address immediate needs in First Nations, Inuit, and Métis Nation communities.
Oh, good thing, because all the Inuit are fucking getting affected. Who the fuck's infecting the Inuit with coronavirus?
Yeah, that's something I like to know. Like, why is this all of a sudden?
They are the best, most quarantined group of Canadians. They've been quarantined for 200 years. They're always going to be quarantined. Why do they get extra?
Yeah, I don't get it. Other measures include a GST credit for low-income Canadians and special support for the homeless and shelters helping people escaping gender-based violence.
Okay, now, a GST credit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. The store shelves are fucking empty. What am I paying GST on that I need a credit for? There's nothing left to buy. Thanks. That's great, that GST credit. I'm getting back all the money I'm not fucking spending on anything because I haven't got my tax return because you gave away all my goddamn money. That is so retarded.
Yes, it is.
What the fuck does the coronavirus have to do with people fleeing violence? I'm sorry. We need a lot more spaces for people fleeing violence. Absolutely we do. This is not the time to be addressing that. This is not the time for natives to pipe up and go, oh, we need a big chunk of that change because we're in Nunavut. So fucking what? You're the guys that are okay. You're going to take over the country if we all die. What the fuck? Oh, we need a chunk of that because we're isolated. I'm sorry. We need a government to sit down with everybody and sort their shit. Because this fucking every year coming out with a new thing, we're going to block this pipeline until we get our thing. And it's not our elected chiefs, it's our hereditary chiefs. And I don't care. We sit down with one group of fucking chiefs, we sign a piece of paper, and that's the goddamn deal from now on. No more of this fucking we need money every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening. It's got to stop.
Ontario, Alberta, BC, PEI, Newfoundland and Labrador, Yukon, and the Northwest Territories have all declared either a state of emergency or a public health emergencies. Okay? Now, Northwest Territories and Yukon have 0 cases.
Yeah.
No probable, no confirmed.
No, and they won't.
PEI has 1 confirmed. Newfoundland has 3 probable, 0 confirmed.
Yeah,
why?
That's a place where when you go for a shot, they make you kiss a toe rotting in a jar. They're not worried about fucking coronavirus.
And Saskatchewan has 2 confirmed cases, 14 probable, but only 2 confirmed. These are the provinces that have declared state of emergency.
Of course. Why wouldn't they? It's a big fucking way to collect more taxes.
That's
all this is. Why is this a state of emergency? 3,000 people. We didn't declare a state of emergency when Kelowna was burning down.
Yeah.
Where was the state of emergency for that?
Where is the state of emergency for the fucking for the ODs because of the fucking laced drugs?
Still, not even close to the numbers. What's the official number of deaths in Canada? About I don't even know. I was just looking at Ontario and I got distracted.
We're at 9.
9 deaths in Canada or Ontario?
9 deaths in Canada, 7 in BC, 1 in Ontario,
1 in Ontario.
1 in Quebec.
Yeah.
12,500.
12,500 opioid-related deaths. And that's an old number. It's gone up significantly since then because, guess what? It's peaking again. We got bad shit going around. Total number of patients. Oh, that's approved for testing. In Ontario, 208 confirmed positive.
Yeah. That's weird. I have 212. Mine was updated as of 5:20 p.m. EDT today.
Yeah, maybe mine's 5 minutes before that. Okay, this is in Ontario. Oh, the Ontario government is shutting down businesses because they get to do that with the state of emergency.
That's...
But not many. There's very few businesses that are being forced to shut down.
Yeah.
Most of them are public schools, public libraries, public pools, shit like that. Not the fucking goddamn newspaper printing place or whatever bottle depot you work at, or fucking anywhere you work, your flower shop. You're fine. You can go to work. You don't need to shut down. Yeah, it's public shit. Movie theaters are closed in Ontario.
Yeah.
Now, everyone's spouting end of April for some reason. These orders are in place until March 31st. That's not the end of April, so everybody can quit saying end of April. Not happening.
No.
I only have Ontario. I gotta go province by province, and fucking now you ruined my show.
I have it right here. I have it right here.
You goddamn people ruining my show. I
I'll
didn't want it to be the Corona show. Eric and Gord, what if we're talking about the same fucking thing every night?
BC is sitting at 186 confirmed. Alberta's at 97. Saskatchewan's 2. Manitoba has 15. Ontario 212. Quebec 94. None in Newfoundland. 3 in New Brunswick. Sorry, 2 in New Brunswick. 3 in Nova Scotia. 1 in PEI. And 9 paraded travelers.
Can you tell me what that BC number was again?
186 confirmed cases.
186 confirmed cases. Okay, I guarantee you that number is closer to 500 because the Chinese people in Vancouver aren't telling anybody shit.
That's right.
So I guarantee it's a lot more. That's confirmed. And you know what? They're not going to spread it either because they're going to stay in Richmond and fucking you're fine. Don't go to Richmond. Richmond's fucked.
Richmond will end up being the hub for this. Whistler closed.
Yeah,
they closed Whistler.
You're skiing on a mountain. How are you going to... That's exactly where you want to be. Whistler should be open and everybody should be skiing right now. See, this is the part that drives me fucking nuts.
Whistler. I can't even fathom
You're
how
out
that was
skiing on the highest mountain in Canada. How are you going to get the fucking virus if you're outside on a mountain?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Everybody's got a face mask on because it's fucking windy and cold. I mean,
everybody wears a mask and you're out in the open and you're not within 10 feet of anybody ever.
No.
It's absolutely, that's the stick that's just fucking retarded. Everybody should be outside doing stuff. That's how you don't get sick, first of all. Go be active, retards. God damn it.
Yeah. I remember seeing that a couple of days ago. I'm just like, okay, that's it. People are fucking retarded. That's it. I understand them shutting down because, well, nobody's here anyways.
Well, sure. That makes sense. Ski hills run like fucking day to day because the snow might not be there tomorrow.
Yeah. But to close it in preparation because of this, that's
no. That's
you should be telling everybody, if you want to be safe, come on out here.
Exactly. That's the part that blows my mind. Why the fuck would ski mountains be closed?
Yeah. Just
movie theater. That makes some sense. I think the smartest guy in the world right now is the guy who owns an independent movie theater and he's keeping it open. Because guess what? Everybody's kids are home. They need shit to do.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, that's true.
We're closing the ski hill. Oh, that makes perfect sense. I'm going to Whistler. I'm gonna fucking pack up and go to Whistler next week. And I'm not shaking anybody's hand all the way. I guarantee my bus to Vancouver next week is fucking empty.
My buddy fucking booked vacation for the next 2 weeks like 4 months ago.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Being his vacation. He can't do anything. He had all these plans for him and his son. They're going to go to the sportsman show. They were going to go to here. They were going to, no, everything's closed. He can't do anything.
I know a couple people got Disneyland tickets. They were like $400 each for these Disneyland tickets, and Disneyland closed. That really sucks. Like, it sucks for things like that. A lot of things. My parents had tickets to Alice Cooper. That's not happening.
No. Yep.
That sucks. People are now recommending that you donate if you have concert tickets for anything else that's been postponed or whatever. Donate your tickets to homeless people. I'm thinking, what? If you have tickets that have been canceled, go give your litter to homeless people. Why would I give canceled tickets? What the fuck? You know, a mad idea if I was homeless and you came up and handed me canceled tickets to somebody. Here you go. Thanks. How about your gum wrapper, too, you fucking piece of shit?
Do you have any belly button lint? That'd be awesome.
That's a great recommendation. Was that Gwyneth Paltrow? That sounds like a Gwyneth Paltrow thing. Was that a
Paltrow.
Goop? Did Goop recommend that? Do you guys read that in Goop?
I do not read Goop. I don't.
I mean, whoever wrote that. My God.
I thought that shit.
If you got some worthless shit, go give it to a homeless guy. They love worthless shit.
They became homeless just for that reason.
Jesus Christ. You know what? They are the ones who are going to be okay. Guess what? The ones with no jobs, the ones with no homes, those are the ones who have nothing to lose, and they're fine right now. The economy can do whatever the fuck it wants. Homeless people don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And they are going to take over the world. And you guys all should have treated them a lot better last year.
See, I'll be fine because I always gave cigarettes, and if there was a homeless guy out there, or if I was going in and buy a slice of pizza, I'd buy them a slice of pizza. I was always good to the homeless guys when I was in
DC. And you guys say, "Oh, they won't remember me." Oh no, homeless guys got nothing better to do than sit there and fucking hate on you forever. If you were ever mean to them, they'll remember 10 years ago some guy yelled at you. You remember that shit.
Yep. I always know because just after I moved to BC, when I first got the job at Bed Bath, I was waiting at the bus stop, and a homeless guy came up to me. There's like a bunch of us all say he comes up to everybody bugging for smokes, and I had just bought a pack, and he's like, "Hey man, come up and smoke." I'm like, "You know what? Fuck it." Breached in, I handed him 3. I'm like, "Take fucking 3, man." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, fucking have at her, dude. Like, have a good night." And I also handed him another lighter because I had 2 lighters in my pocket. So I gave him a lighter too. 2 weeks later, I'm at the fucking same bus stop, pretty much the same time. The guy the same dude walks by me, and he fucking pauses. He goes, "Hey, you were that dude a couple weeks ago that gave me fucking like 3 smokes." I'm like, "Yeah, man." I said, "How you doing?" He goes, "Good." He goes, "Do you need cigarettes?" I'm like, "You know what? I fucking do because I don't get paid till tomorrow and I'm out of money." He goes, reaches in with a brand new pack of cigarettes and hands me fucking 3 smokes.
Yep.
I had a homeless guy give me cigarettes. That's awesome. That is awesome.
I'm telling you, you know what? There's people who disagree with me and the way I look at things, but guess what? My credit's fine. I got no worries if the stock market crashes. Doesn't affect my life in the slightest. And I'm fine. If this gets bad, if this gets really bad and the economy can't recover, and you guys are not you, Gord, I'm not, but when people have to lose all their shit and they don't know how to deal with it, guess what? I do.
Yep.
And you're going to want to be, this is where hashtag easiest thing in the world really comes in, because everybody's going to remember who was nice to them last week, next week. I promise you.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of, by the way, I'm just double checking my Bitcoin. It is now down to $63.18. So that keeps dropping.
Really?
Yeah.
It's going to go one way or the other, I think. When things start recovering, it's either going to skyrocket and yours is going to be like $1,000, or it's just going to crap out now. I'd say it's one extreme or the other.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely one or the other.
And that's really, the world is going to go one way or the other, and it's really how you people fucking deal with the information you're getting and how you treat everybody and how you look at this going forward. The world could really be fucked if we all keep being this retarded for another month or so.
Yeah.
So you guys got to figure it out, man. And I'm on your side. I want you to figure it out. Gord doesn't want you to. Gord wants you all to die.
Yes, I do.
I like people. I want people to be alive because then I have listeners. The podcast sucks if there's no one listening.
I don't think so because it's still me and you doing what we do best anyways.
Yeah,
so
but I don't want
that much interaction.
I don't want to be this angry and think nobody's listening to me. That's no fun. If I'm not pissing somebody off, what the hell am I doing here? But no, I'm genuinely not talking to myself, and I'm not just trying to be funny, and I'm not just trying to piss you guys off. I'm trying to help. The funny thing is, if most people think I'm just being a dick. But when you look at it just from the right angle, you go, oh, he's actually kind of smart and loves us. And I am, and I do. But we got to watch the way we treat each other for the time being, and we have to watch what we're doing with our money and with our economy and how we look at the information we're getting and what we choose to do with that information, because fucking ski hills closing down is stupid. That kind of stuff is stupid. Limiting 100 people in Costco, that's stupid. Changing your shift so your day shift and your night shift don't interact when your night shift is two fucking guys who don't talk to each other. That's stupid.
Yeah. That's my situation.
So my message today, kids, is stop being stupid. Ruined my 2-year anniversary with your stupidity. Although people are probably at home listening to podcasts right now, so good on you. Anyway, I'm done. I can't keep bitching. I did have our associate producer, the esteemed Adrian Segur, calling at some point. I don't know how long Gord wants to wait for him.
Not a whole fucking much longer, I'll tell you. I'm fucking baiting.
Yeah, it's been a big episode, and tomorrow we get to wrap up the week, and then next week we got some good interviews for you guys.
Oh, I do have a very big upside to this virus going on right now. And I think a lot of people can agree with me on this one. Because we all know India is getting hit pretty fucking bad with this right now.
Sure.
How many phone calls have you had? From Paul talking about your computer or your arrest warrants? I haven't had any. This fucking house has been so quiet from those phone calls in this last fucking week. It's been amazing.
Are all the call centers shut down?
They must be. Why have all of a sudden they stopped? Because I haven't received one. The house hasn't received one. It's been over a week. And usually we're getting, the landline in this house usually probably gets about 5 a day.
Wow.
She never answers it, and I'm never here when they fucking call for me to tell them off.
What would we do if our Indian call centers are shut down? Who the fuck's going to deal with our credit cards and stuff? Oh, I guess, we don't...
How am I going to know if I have an arrest warrant out for me or not?
We are so fucked. You guys are not looking at this from the right angle. We're fucked. That $25 billion, we're all paying that right now. We are fucked.
Yeah.
What do
you think they're going to call it? What do you think they're going to call the new tax in order to pay for all this later? What are they going to call it?
Knowing Justin Trudeau, he'll just call it another fucking carbon tax.
Think he'll just call it the COVID tax? The COVID tax?
The COVID tax?
Yeah.
Could do that.
That's actually works. The COVID tax makes it sounds good.
Yeah, we got to stop saying coronavirus. Everything is a coronavirus. And people are going to be like, the next time a coronavirus happens, everyone's going to be like, well, at least it's not as bad as the coronavirus. And you're going to be like, no, that was just COVID-19 is what you're talking about. It wasn't the coronavirus. The next coronavirus that comes by. Because SARS was a coronavirus. It was
Yes, it was.
The next one, people are going to be like, this isn't as bad as the coronavirus. I remember that. No, this is a coronavirus. It's just a different one, you moron.
That's right. Hey, how come we haven't heard anything from Greta Thunberg in a while? What happened to her?
Because really, I guarantee...
Did she get COVID?
No, I just guarantee people were like, who the fuck cares right now? Number one, there's no international travel, so maybe she went home. But I guarantee, like, fucking David Suzuki would kick her in the throat right now. Just like, shut the fuck up. Don't you see what's going on? Nobody cares about the climate when something like this happens. All the people that pretend to care about the climate all the time, nobody gives a shit right now. Not anywhere on anyone's mind is like, oh, I better recycle this shit. Nobody's thinking that. Oh, what about Greta Thunberg? I got to remember what she said. The message, nobody's thinking that right now. And that's the problem with the Greta Thunbergs of the world. Your message was important for 12 minutes. When real problems arise, nobody gives a shit. So, and you'll see it proven time and time again. Although, like, the climate's getting better over China because nobody's driving, so their air quality is better than it's been in like 1,000 years.
That's one thing that I'm...
So maybe Greta's winning. Good Greta.
Yeah. Maybe Greta was the one who fucking... Maybe Greta's the one who fucking...
Maybe this is the Greta virus. It would make perfect sense. This is great for the environment.
Yeah.
It could be a whole 12 monkeys fucking thing.
Yeah. There's just no denying. It's been doing wonders. Like absolute wonders.
That won't last.
Once startup happens, man.
It's going to go, because everyone's going to be broke, and everyone's going to go the other way. All the people that think they're getting some time off now, you're all working 24 hours a fucking day in June. I promise you. This is not, there's no free money. There's no $80 billion just sitting in an account just in case. That doesn't exist. The rainy day fund doesn't exist. So no. We're paying this back. And if your company, you think any big business, like whatever's shut down right now, Home Depot or whatever, you think they're not going to make that up? Guess what? That mandatory minimum wage isn't going up. Guaranteed. That's postponed. Anything you guys were looking forward to in the next 10 years, it's not happening. Anything you had earmarked, you're not getting it. The government will get their money back before you get anything. So, don't be looking for rebates on your electric car or nothing. That's not happening.
Remember your numbers for how many people would die of pollution in China per day?
I don't off the top of my head.
But you remember having that number, though.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have a thing here that was published yesterday by sciencealert.com. It says new evidence shows how COVID-19 has affected global air pollution. It says here that 2 months of pollution reduction has probably saved the lives of around 4,000 children under the age of 5 and 73,000 adults over 70 in China alone.
Wow.
That's how many people. That's because the air is that much cleaner to breathe right now because everything's on lockdown. People aren't going to die from air pollution.
Yeah. This is all stuff we talked about, but nobody listens. I don't know what numbers we were kicking around before, but
I remember they were insane. I remember that much.
Yeah. And you got to look at the numbers that people are looking at are not accurate. It's very hard to get accurate numbers right now, so we won't know anything till it's over, really.
No, and that's just it. Yeah, we're not going to... It'll be about a year before we actually get...
Yeah, we just figured out SARS. We just got solid numbers on SARS before this shit started. Anyway, I can tell we're losing Gord, and I'm just losing interest in doing this podcast.
Yeah.
I am not. Welcome to Season 3, kids. It's the first episode of Season 3. I'm so glad it sounds so different from Season 2.
And tomorrow, and next episode is episode 100.
Next episode is our 100th episode. We'll be doing something special for that. Guys, it's very cool that you've been listening and that our audience is growing. Thank you so much for 2 years of probably, I can't say this because I don't remember from like 0 to 4, but these are 2 of the best years of my life. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
I don't really, my memory starts between like 4 and 5. I think I was a late memory former. So I can't say for sure these are the 2 best years of my life, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, I couldn't be happier.
It's been a blast. And if I'm alive to watch people die because of this show, there's no doubt in my mind. And because of you guys listening and paying attention, I love you for being fans, and we're going to keep giving you, if you've noticed, this year the show just got better and better and better, and it's going to keep going in that direction, I promise, as long as you guys keep listening.
Agreed.
And join us tomorrow. We're going to wrap up the week with something fun. I'm having no COVID Thursday. That's what I'm declaring. I know you're going to have something you're frothing at the mouth to say, so we're going to do 5 minutes. We'll do 5 minutes at the beginning of the show. That's it.
Oh, boy. Okay, speeds. Okay, I got you. I'll have to prep.
Nothing Corona related after the first 5 minutes tomorrow. And then join us on Friday for the very first episode of Eric and Gord, What If It's Friday? It's where I put together my greatest hits from Monday through Thursday and give you guys a Friday show while we let Gord get relaxed and refreshed. So that'll be on the air Friday. Then next week, some great interviews. I'm doing an interview by myself next Thursday. That is frightening, and I hate it. But Gord's business is taken off, and he is required to go do some business stuff. Therefore, and I can't just say no to this dude. So I'm going to be on the air with a guy talking about stuff. I don't know. Without Gordon to fall back on, it could be a fucking train wreck. It's one you guys are going to want to listen to. It could be really bad.
Wait, what time does it start? What time does that one start?
7 o'clock, 6 o'clock for you.
6 o'clock for me. Okay, yeah. I was going to say, if it's 8 o'clock, I could actually make 8 o'clock. But I can't do 6.
Well, who knows? I don't know. This guy might just cancel. And that's it. We can just do that now. We can be like, nope, Corona. You can say anything right now. Anything you don't want to do.
Nope, Corona. Sorry.
Can't do it.
Podcast. Got the coronavirus.
Anything right now. You can just throw that out there. It's like, nah, I got Corona. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Who's taking that chance?
That's funny. Yeah. I am actually going to sign off on a positive note tonight.
Well, until tomorrow night. Gordon and I are going to be back in roughly 23 hours. Until then, take care of each other.
Things to keep in mind, people, before I say goodnight. There are some things that aren't closing. Hiking, mountain biking, trail running, fishing, watching the sunset, nature, not closed.
Yeah, do you guys remember that shit?
You remember that stuff? You know what happens when you get fresh air? Cleans your lungs. It's good for you.
Get outside and enjoy it. Good message, Gord. Thank you for that. I like that. That's a good one.
No problem. And while you're out there, if you can, and if you're feeling up to it, eat a bullet.
Or just club a seal for me. Just club one seal.
Just one.
Just because fuck it. Why not?
It's a safe emergency where seals are, so it'll be fine.
Oh, God. Good night.
Seriously, get out. Get out and have fun.
Just club.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical services.